SCP Algebra 1, we're going to go over page 235 and 236, 1 through 8, all, and then 9 through 13, odd. So the first thing we want to do is we want to verify if this point is part of the solution. So we're going to take this x and y and plug it in. The first one, I can just plug the y value in. So 6 is greater than 5, so yes, it works there. Then I'm going to plug my x and y into here, so I'm going to get 6 is less than or equal. Don't forget the negative sign that's already there. But then we also have a negative that we're plugging in. So 6 is less than or equal to negative negative, 7 is 7 plus 4. 6 is less than or equal to 11, and that's also yes. So this is a solution, is one of the solutions, one of many. All right, next problem, same idea. We're going to put x and y in. So I'm going to take the y value and plug it in. Negative 8 is less than 9. That's true, or yes. And now I'm going to plug my x and y here and here. So I get negative 8 is greater than negative 2 times 8 plus 8. Negative 8 is greater than negative 16 plus 8. So is negative 8 greater than negative 8? Well, it's equal to. So if I had an equal sign down here, it'd be okay. I don't have an equal sign, so this is false. So this is not a solution. Number 3, again, we're going to take my x and my y value, and we're going to plug them in. So plug x and y in here and here. So I get negative 10 is less than or equal to negative, there's a 9 there, plus 9. Negative 10 is less than or equal to negative 9 plus 9. So is negative 10 less than 0? And the answer is yes. It's a smaller value. It's further to the left on the number line. Then we're going to go ahead and take negative 10, plug it in. So I get negative 10 is greater than or equal to negative 18 plus 12. So then I get negative 10 is greater than negative 8. This is false. Negative 10 is a smaller value. It's more to the left, so this is not a solution. Number 4, continuing with our plugging in our x and y values. So I'll plug x and y here and here. So I get negative 4 is greater than 3 times negative 4 plus 5. So negative 4 is greater than negative 12 plus 5. Negative 4 is greater than negative 7. Negative 4 is greater. So think about on a number line, negative 7 is here, negative 4 is here, 0 is here. So it's further to the right. So this is true. Okay. And I'll plug my x and y value in here and here. So I get negative 4 is less than or equal to 1/2 times negative 4 plus 6. Negative 4 is less than or equal to half of negative 4 is negative 2 plus 6. So is negative 4 less than or equal to 4? Yes, it is. This is also true. So, yes, this is a solution. Now, these are some matching ones, and I want to show you a technique of how I would go through matching ones. So, you know, this is a special case. So this has to be a horizontal line at 5, and it has to be dotted. So this is the only one that works. So our answer to this, without even working it out, has to be D. Okay? So we took care of that. Now we have x is less than 2, so that has to be a vertical line, and it has to be solid, so vertical line. And the other one has to be a horizontal line at negative 3, so this is letter A, so A is our solution. So I'm not even working it out, I'm just using a process of elimination. Now, if you take a look at number 7, you're going to be able to see the answer right away, because right now you can see that I have an x value. It's y equals. My slope is the same. My slopes are both equal to 1. So that means they have to be parallel, and the only answer it could be is letter C, because those are the parallel lines. So we have letter C for this answer. And then just by a process of elimination, guess what number 8 has to be? Well, I already used A, I already used C, I already used D, so it has to be B. And that's exactly how I'd go through those problems. Now, if it was matching, you know, just with the single thing, you'd have to do the work, but in this case, you don't really have to do the work, which is it's kind of cool. You know, it's just a technique of elimination that you can use definitely during tests if you had a matching situation. Oh, I had a blank there. Okay, so we want to graph this. These are both set up as 0, comma blank, and blank, comma 0. So remember that's an x value, so I'm going to get 3y equals 6, divide each side by 3, so I get 2, so 0, comma 2 is right here. And then this is a y value, so plug that in there. So then I'll get 2x equals 6. Divide each side by 2, so it gives me 3. This is going to be a dotted line because I don't have the equal sign with it. And then second problem, I'm going to set it up the same way, 0 comma blank, blank comma 0. This is an x value, so I get negative y equals 10. Multiply both sides by negative 1, so I get negative 10. So 0, negative 10 is down here. This is a y value, so I'm going to plug it in here, so I get 5x equals 10. Divide each side by 5, so that becomes 2. So 2 comma 0 is right here. And this is also going to be a dotted line because I don't have the equal sign, the line underneath the inequality. So it appears that 0 comma 0 is a good point for us to use. It's a test. So I'm going to take 0, 0. If I plug 0 in here, I get 0. If I plug 0 in here, I get 0. Hey, is 0 less than 6? Yes. So that means on my blue line, I'm going to shade on the same side that 0, 0 would be on. And then I'm going to take 0, 0 and plug it in here. That becomes 0. That becomes 0. Is 0 less than 10? It's yes. So I'm going to shade the side of the red line that 0, 0 is on. So that's over here. Do you see where they overlap? This overlap right here is the answer. That's the answer right there. Number 11, we're going to set it up as 0 comma blank and blank comma 0. Okay. So this is an x value. Don't ignore the x. So 4y equals 12. Divide each side by 4, and you get 3. So 0 comma 3 is right here. This is a y value. Plug it in. So you're going to go 2x equals 12. So divide both sides by that. You get 6. It's going to be a dotted line. Let's pretend I can draw a straight line. This is going to be 0 comma blank and blank comma 0. So I'm going to cover up my x value. So I get negative 5y equals 10. Divide by sides by negative 5. And so that's going to give me negative 2. So 0 comma negative 2 is down here. This is a y value. So I'm going to ignore the y, and I'm just going to go 10x equals negative 10. Divide both sides by negative 10, so x equals 1. So comma 1 comma 0 is right there. This is going to be a solid line because I have that line underneath. And so I can pick that 0, 0 again. So if I plug 0, 0 in, I get 0 here and 0 here. Is 0 greater than 12? That's false. 0 is not greater than 12. So I'm going to shade the opposite side of the green line. Opposite side of the green line. So either two of those regions could be the answer. Then I'm going to plug 0, 0 in here. So this becomes 0. This becomes 0 because they're on the same side, which is nice. Is 0 less than or equal to negative 10? That's going to be false. So for the blue line, I'm going to shade the opposite side of where 0, 0 would be on the blue line. So that'd be over here. And do you see where they crisscross each other? So you shade this region in, and that becomes your answer. And then number 13, this is just going to be a vertical line at 5, and it's going to be dotted. Okay, and then the second one, I get a y-intercept of 0, negative 1, which is down here. I have a slope of, there's a 1 out front, so it's 1 over 1, so I'm going to go up 1, right 1. It's going to be a dotted line because it doesn't have the equal sign. And it looks like that 0, 0 is still to the left of everything. So let's go ahead and plug 0, 0 in. I can only use the first x value, so is 0 greater than 5? 0 is not greater than 5. That's false. So for the purple line, I'm going to shade the opposite side of the purple. Okay, and then I'm going to check 0, 0 here. That's a 0, and that's a 0. Is 0 greater than negative 1? That is true. 0 is furthest to the right on the number line. So I'm going to shade the same side of the blue line that 0, 0 is on. So it's going to be this side. So this little tiny region right up here, this little region right here, that's where our solution is. That's where they overlapped. Okay, so for today, you have a lot of time to work on page 237 and 238, 1 through 17 odd. Um, I will tell you, we are going to start getting into some of the word problems for the rest of the unit, which what I'll do is I will have those typed up and we will walk through the word problems. I will read it, highlight it as I read so you can get the words down and we'll figure those out. Other than that, have a great day, my friends.